from broadcasting sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you by State Farm Becky Ponsaba Agency, AGE, Wheelhouse Auto Body, American, Ferding Electric, Allied Plumbing, Venture Communications, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping.
Dupree, another half-court shot. This time goes off in time. It's good! Dupree hits a half-court buzzer beater, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game, 46-39.
And by Envirotech, American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, James Valley Landscaping, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Gales Gas.
He throws it right side. Getz spots up for three. That one's buried by Dawson Getz, and the Governors take a 5-4 advantage. Getz first points of the night.
And by Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, First Dakota National Bank, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Shane's Pharmacy, CHS River Plains, and Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Taylor with the rebound, clock running down to 5, and that is going to do it. Rapid City, here they come. The Pierre Governors are back in the state tournament for the 3rd consecutive year.
And now to the booth for the call of the game on KCCR.
And a good evening as we welcome you to Ranks High School as the Pierre Governors take on the Brandon Valley Lynx in a cold, cold night. And it should be warm inside this gym as the Governors are looking for back-to-back wins after a running clock victory, 23-point win overall. Got it up to 30 on Tuesday against Douglas to stop a 5-game losing streak, now at 3-6 in the season. The halfway point of the regular season is here tonight against Brandon Valley as the Lynx are coming in at 3-5 on the year after they have not played since last week Thursday when they knocked off Harrisburg in a victory. We are going to be pretty early tonight. There is under 10 minutes to go before warm-ups are done for the varsity game. So let's hear from both of these coaches before we get to the varsity game. We'll take a break, come back in a minute, and we're going to start talking to our coaches. First, we'll talk with Coach Nelson of the Brandon Valley Lynx. That's on the way next. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, Bank West employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose Bank West. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Join me as Coach Nelson of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Coach, you come in here tonight against this Pierre Governor team, but through the first 8 games of the season, maybe not so much of a grade letter to give your team, but what do you kind of see from your team through the first 8 games?
I like our team a lot more than our record indicates right now, and I think we're going to be a really good team down the road. Have played a tough schedule and taken a few lumps, but we've been competitive with some of the best teams in the state, and I like where we're headed. Now we got to put together a January and early February run where we really start to play good basketball.
This Pierre team coming in after picking up a win on Tuesday, they're kind of maybe in the same boat as you guys. A tough schedule. So it's probably easy to kind of talk to this team, to your guys about this team, saying, hey, record doesn't mean everything, because look at us, just look at the Pierre Governors too.
Exactly. I know they're going to play hard, and kids are going to keep fighting no matter what the record is, and we got to be ready to really defend well tonight, and if we can move the ball and get each other open shots, I think we'll be in good shape tonight. But it's a Pierre team that's really going to give us a run and play hard.
What stands out to you the most about this Pierre Governor team when you look at them on film?
Well, a big man that you have to account for. Have to either keep the ball out of his hands or double him when he does get it, and some good shooters around the perimeter, and a really athletic wing.
It's a long bus ride for you guys with 3 hours. How key is it to be ready to go from the start of this game and having a good start against the Governors tonight?
We've been off for a week, so we need a game, and I'm glad they let us drive out here in really cold weather and play, because we need to get some games under our belt. So we're either going to be really rusty or really fresh and really good. So we'll see.
And then, I guess then even if the start isn't good for you guys, how you're able to then overcome that and be able to kind of flow into the game. If there is a little bit of rust, how do you handle to get into the flow of the game?
You can throw some bench guys in there that I think have given us some good minutes lately and maybe can provide a lift. But have good, tough-minded kids, too, that are coachable, and they work to figure things out. So if things aren't going well early, we got some returners from some state tournament teams that don't get too rattled by those type of things, and hopefully they can just help us settle in.
Governors have kind of had a little bit of a revolving door, some injuries, and guys being in and then being out. How are you guys doing on the injury front near the midway point of the season?
Been pretty good so far, pretty healthy so far.
Biggest key here for Brandon Valley to get a win tonight over the Pierre Governors?
Got to come out and play, as hard as we're used to and as hard as we need to as a program, night in and night out, and have a great defensive effort. I think if we do that, we'll be able to take care of business.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Coach Nelson of the Brandon Valley Lynx, back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Join me as Coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors. Coach, you come in after the win on Tuesday. We talked a little bit about it in the postgame show, but we'll go back to that again. 30-point night for Corday Austin. You're pleased with how you handled the ball for the most part in that game. What now ends up being the biggest takeaway from that game going into tonight?
Well, just getting a victory and getting some confidence, I think, is the biggest takeaway. Just, again, knowing that we can handle the ball against, pressure. And, probably the biggest thing was, the mistakes that we made were just getting out of control. And so we're going to have to, Brandon Valley's going to get after us tonight. So, again, we're going to have to take care of the ball and, be strong with it, be ready for their pressure.
What stands out to you on film about this Brandon Valley team, especially different than what you saw in Douglas on Tuesday?
Well, they're going to play man-to-man, and just they're physical, they're aggressive, a lot more ball pressure defensively. So, Douglas, they were more zone and look to, get into the passing lanes where, Brandon Valley has more pressure on the ball, just trying to force you to handle it, denying it on the wings. So we're going to have to do a good job of, getting open for one, and then, making sure we go meet the pass and make a good pass. We made a couple, soft passes Tuesday night against Douglas, and you do that tonight, it's 2 the other way. And, we kind of seen that earlier in the year. So those things are fixable, and we just got to make sure that, we come out and throw good, clean, crisp passes.
As I mentioned earlier, Corday Austin had 30 points for you on Tuesday, and obviously you'd love to see 30 out of him every single night, but realistically not probably going to see 30 a game from him. But what can a game like that do to help his confidence level and to help draw the rest of the team moving forward into tonight's game and beyond this season?
Well, I think it's a big confidence booster, not only for him, but, for the team. And, he got 30 by 6 for 6 at the free throw line, and he was 4 for 4 from 3. So, and he also had 10 rebounds. So he had a big night. We expect, a big night out of him every night. But, a lot of that was the establishing the inside game, getting paint touches, and getting the extra pass on the kick out for an open 3 and being able to knock it in.
Defensively against this Brandon Valley team, can you do some of the same things that you did Tuesday night that you did against Douglas that worked well? Does it have to be a different kind of defensive look tonight to try and stop the Brandon Valley offense?
No, kind of the same thing. Just, do a good job. Make sure we know where their shooters are. Try and keep the ball out of the paint and, rebound. And you got to take care of the ball on the offensive end. Don't give them any, easy transition points. Looking back at that was, another good takeaway is I think we only allowed 4 points in transition, and you look back to the T game, and I think we allowed 24 points off of turnovers, and they had 28 in transition. So, if you turn the ball over, Brandon Valley is going to make you pay for it. So, again, it comes back to taking care of the ball offensively.
And then going into it, biggest key tonight, is that going to be taking care of the basketball, or what will be the biggest key tonight to get a win?
Yeah, taking care of the basketball and just, having some patience. Not, we kind of did that early against Douglas, just kind of settled for a good shot, not a great shot. We got to work the shot clock and, make teams play defense and not, make it easy on them by shooting a shot, especially from 15 feet, the 30 seconds on the shot clock, make them play some defense and get the ball inside and, probably get that same shot. Now, if we got a layup, yes, take the layup. Absolutely, but I don't know if we, need to be jacking up 3-pointers right away. It's kind of one of those things. If you shoot it, it goes in. Everybody's like, yeah, all right, yeah. But if you miss it, you're like, what are you doing? So we got to make good decisions.
Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's head coach Larry Aker, the Pierre Governors, back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
James Valley Landscape and Solutions, creating breathtaking spaces. All because of them, with 40 years of experience and the best landscaping team in the business, hired them to create spaces unimaginable. For a career with great benefits and a rewarding salary, let them hire you. James Valley Landscape and Solutions.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
And we welcome you back as we are getting set for a tip-off between the Pierre Governors and the Brandon Valley Lynx. As we have your starting lineups, Blake Dean will join me in just a moment. Number 1, Braden Knudsen, the 5'11 senior guard. Number 5, Ayul Dang, the 6'5 senior forward. Number 12, Brix Knudsen, the 5'11 senior guard. Number 20, Austin Down, the 6'5 junior center. And it will be also number 22, Lincoln McInerney. There we go, McInerney, the 6'2 sophomore forward for Brandon Valley. For the Pierre Governors, it is going to be Corday Austin, the 6'3 senior guard. Number 5, Caden Aharts, the 6'2 junior guard. Number 11, Jaron Deal, the 6' sophomore guard. Number 13, Lincoln Dilgis, the 6'4 senior forward. And number 23, Cooper Twilliger, the 6'6 junior center for the Pierre Governors. We are ready to go from Riggs High School about 20 minutes earlier than the scheduled start time. With the cold night, it's not, we're okay with it, as it will be Dang against Terwilliger for the opening tip. And we are underway as Terwilliger will tip it twice, get it to Jaron Deal, and the Governors will have the first possession. Blake Dean, I promise you, is on the microphone right now with us, and he'll be talking shortly. Caden Aharts has the first possession here for the Governors. Lincoln Dilgis, top of the key, right side for Aharts. He'll work it back to the top of the key again. Picks up his dribble. Now to the left elbow for Dilgis. He'll take one dribble to his right. That shot is going to fall for Lincoln Dilgis, and the Governors will open up with a 2-0 lead against this Brandon Valley Lynx team who comes in at 3-5 in the season.
Yeah, Dilgis just got to the right elbow and pulled up for a jump shot. Hand in his face, didn't matter. He's able to sink it for the first 2 of the night for Pierre.
Braden Knudsen has it. See, I told you I wasn't lying to you that Blake Dean's with us. Dang is inside, and he'll finish that one at the bucket. And he ties it up 2-2. Caden Aharts into the front court here for the Governors. Minute gone by in this first quarter. Twilliger will catch in traffic, gets triple teamed. Pass was deflected. Ball is still loose, and will eventually come away to Brandon Valley. And the Governors will turn the ball over for the first time tonight. Into the corner it goes. Knudsen underneath. That shot is up. Austin Dowd is fouled. And he will go to the free throw line with 6:47 left to go. And the first, and the shot was good, by the way, by Dowd. And it will bring up the foul against Aharts and a chance for a three-point play for Brandon Valley. Free throw is going to be good to make it 5-2.
That was a great entry pass by Knudsen into who was on the...
Austin Dowd.
No, I know. Knudsen
sorry.
was over here. He had the entry pass to Dowd from the wing over here, and then Dowd put it up for 2.
Caden Ahart's close to a backcourt violation. Referee was right there saying that his heel was up off the ground, so he didn't touch that backcourt line. Dilges with 10 on the shot clock. He'll drive to the corner. Jared Deal for a three. That one rolls in and out, and the rebound's going to be grabbed by Briggs Knudsen. You have Braden Knudsen and Briggs Knudsen on the floor. Dang has it on the left side. He'll drive baseline underneath the basket, out for Braden Knudsen. Now working over for McInerney, and that three was off the backboard, but it did hit the rim, so a fresh 35. Over on the right side, 2-3 zone here for the Governors. It is Braden Knudsen to the baseline, out wide for Briggs Knudsen. Pass will go across court for Braden Knudsen. Hang in the air now for Briggs. He'll drive in, kicks it for Dang. Fadeaway shot is going to fall for Ayul Dang. And he's now got 4 of the 7 to open things up here for the Brandon Valley Lynx, leading 7-2.
Dang's got a good 12-foot jump shot from both elbows. He's 2 for 2 from that area so far. We're going to get a foul on Knudsen on Jared Deal trying to drive to the basket. Braden Knudsen's going to pick that one up. It'll be his first of the game for, well, I guess technically Caden Ahart's has one for Pierre also.
First for Brandon Valley, each team with a foul apiece. 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Governors down at 7-2. Quick 7-0 spurt for Brandon Valley after the Governors made that first bucket. Dilges right elbow jumper is missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Dang. He'll go up ahead for Briggs Knudsen. Briggs will pull up, kick it into the corner. McInerney fake the three, dribbles to his right. That pull-up jumper is missed, and a foul will be committed on the rebound opportunity. And it's going to go against Austin Down. Ahart's hit the floor hard, and he was a little slow to get up. But Austin Down will pick up the foul, and it's with 5 minutes to go. An inbound here for the Governors, trying to stop a 7-0 run for Brandon Valley early on in this basketball game. Glad you're with us early. Jared Deal, top of the key for Caden Ahart's. Working on the right side for Deal. Now it goes for Austin, who will pick it up on the right wing. Top of the key for Cooper Twilliger. Left side for Deal. Underneath for Dilges on the left side. He'll drive, or actually he'll go back out towards the free throw line. His shot was missed. Rebound will eventually be grabbed by Dowd. And another empty possession here for the Governors. McInerney will drive in. Near a travel, kicks it over left side for Braden Knudsen, who will spot up for a three to make it a 10-2 lead for Brandon Valley near midway point of this first quarter. Caden Ahart's works into the front court here for the Governors. So he'll go around the screen of Terwilliger, throws it off the glass on a running shot. Rebound's grabbed by Terwilliger, but it's a jump ball that will go in favor of Brandon Valley. And with 4:07 to go, another empty possession for the Governors, and this 10-0 run can turn into a double-digit lead here quickly for Brandon Valley.
Yeah, on that previous possession, Lincoln McInerney is a really good basketball player. He can shoot it when he gets hot. He's really tough to stop. They're going to get the alley-oop.
Pass, and the alley-oop was missed by Dang. Caden Ahart's up ahead for Corday Austin. That three is missed. Could have been a 5-point swing from a missed dunk to a made three, but instead it's still 10-2. Dang now on the left side into the corner for Braden Knudsen. Works it back out for McInerney. Into the corner again. It'll be Briggs for three. That one's missed. The rebound's grabbed by Dowd. Out top, Braden Knudsen, now McInerney. He'll drive inside, left-hand pass comes across. Dowd wasn't ready for it, and it's grabbed by Dilges. A steal for the Governors, and they'll try and cut into this 10-2 deficit.
Matchup of tendencies so far tonight, John. Pierre staying in their 2-3 zone, and Brandon's playing man-to-man as Jared Deal's going to take that one to the basket, but he's going to get called for an offensive foul. Ayul Dang set his feet, and Deal just toppled him over, and that is an offensive foul. Another empty possession and a turnover for the Governors.
It'll be Tristan Delaney that will enter the ball game for Braden Knudsen for Brandon Valley. And again, no Logan Whitty for the Governors. Caden Ahart's playing his second game, returning from injury. Whitty's going to be out for probably another couple weeks. Hopefully they can get him back sooner rather than later. As another depth piece for the Governors. There's a shot by Dang. That will fall as a starter for the Governors, by the way, for Logan Whitty. And now Yul Dang's got 6 points and a timeout taken here by Coach Larry Aker, 12-2 with 2:51 remaining here in the first quarter. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean here on this Thursday nights, and Blake, it's now a 12-0 run here for the Brandon Valley Lynx to take a 10-point advantage. Governors open up with that first possession to take the lead, and everything's kind of been shut down since. What needs to change here with this timeout from Coach Aker?
I think the biggest thing is the Govs really just have to see the ball go through the basket. They saw it go through early with the 12-foot jump shot from Lincoln Dilgis on the right elbow, but again, the lid has just been on the basket in these first quarters, these past 2 home ball games for the boys, and that is really going to be tough to overcome against a team of the caliber of Brandon Valley, because you could, I don't want to say you could get away with it against a team like Douglas, but you have a lot larger margin for error against a team like that. Brandon Valley is full of a lot of athletes, and they've got a really good facilitator in McInerney when things get rolling, and the Knutson boys can really pass it as well. Ayul Deng really showing you that he's got good touch between 12 feet and in, so a lot less room for error for the Govs with the lid on the basket. They just need to see the ball go through one time.
2:30 left to go in the first quarter as Jared Deal works into the front court, and Corday also will give it back to Deal on the left wing. Going in the timeout, Governors looking to try and end that 12-0 run. They do with Jared Deal. It was beyond the left elbow, but Deal will get the long 2 to fall to make it a 12-4 ball game. And it stops that 12-0 run with 2:10 left to go here in the first quarter. It is Briggs Knudsen with on the left wing for Brandon Valley. Out top for Delaney. Right back over to Knudsen. And Briggs will work it to the top of the key, and now we will have an offensive foul away from the basketball. Austin Dowd, I believe, nope, it's going to be Delaney that will get called for the foul. And the second turnover by Brandon Valley is Sincere Wilson will check in for Corday Austin. Opportunity here for the Governors to cut into that deficit on the offensive foul by Delaney. 3 fouls for Brandon Valley, 2 for the Governors here in the first quarter. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Lincoln Dilgis will hand back for Caden Aharts. Aharts will look to drive, got to the baseline. Out top for Terwilliger on the right wing. Now a long 3 from Aharts on the handoff. Just short. Rebounds grabbed by Deng. Deng will get the pass back from Delaney. He'll look to try and drive, nearly lost the handle of the ball. 2-3 zone again for the Governors. This will be from McInerney. Now for Knudsen, back out to McInerney. 1:25 left to go in the quarter. 15 on the shot clock. Delaney has on the left wing. Knudsen now for McInerney. Back to the top here for Briggs Knudsen. McInerney with 7 to go on the shot clock. Deng with a baseline jumper just inside the 3-point line. The shot's missed, but an offensive rebound is grabbed by Delaney. Briggs Knudsen out on the left side. Second opportunity here for Brandon Valley as they reset the offense. Final minute, that pass tipped. It'll go in the hands of Deng, though. His floating shot will roll around the basket, missed it, and Austin down with the rebound. Ball was stripped away from Delaney, who got it back and missed the shot. Deng's putback is missed, and then finally the Governors will come away with the ball, and a foul called against Brandon Valley is against Tristan Delaney on the opportunity to try for the rebound. With 47.8 to go, the Governors are pretty fortunate to not give up a point on that possession.
Absolutely. That's kind of the risk that you take when you play a zone defense, John, is how you're very prone to giving up offensive rebounds. And Brandon Valley had about 5 or 6 second chance opportunities on that possession, didn't cash in on any of them, and then they foul Pierre, and Pierre's going to be able to get the ball back. So Pierre dodged a few bullets there.
This will be on the baseline. Dilgis fadeaway shot. He is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Touch foul on that shot. 29.9 to go. Lincoln Dilgis to the free throw line for 2. It'll be against the McInerney. This will be just the second and third free throws of the entire ball game. First ones for the Governors. Dilgis with 2 points so far. Jaron Deal with the other 2. As Dilgis' first free throw will rattle its way through, make it a 12-5 ball game. Dilgis, the 6'4" senior, trying to cut this deficit down to 6. Shot clock will be off for the next possession. Team could hold for the final shot. Second free throw here. That will also fall for Dilgis. 12-6 ball game. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. This will be at the top of the key. Looking over the left side. This pass will come out top for Briggs Knudsen. Now over as Christian will throw it into the corner again. 10 seconds to go. That pass is going to be intercepted. Lincoln Dill just comes away with it. Another turnover by Brandon Valley. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Sincere Wilson down to 2 seconds. Wilson pull-up jumper at the buzzer is going to be just a bit too strong. And it'll make it a 12-6 ball game at the end of the first quarter, with Brandon Valley leading the Pierre Governors at the end of one on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. We'll step aside, come back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. And you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
We welcome you back. It is 12-6 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard, where the Governors trailing by 6 to start this second. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean is 6 points for Ayul Dang in the first quarter, 4 for Lincoln Dilgis, and then 3 apiece for Brandon Valley on the side of Austin Dowd and Braden Knutson, and 2 points for Jaron Deal to scoring in that first quarter. This will be over on the left side as Brandon Valley opens up with the first possession of the second. Ayul Dang will drive inside the paint. Quick ball moving around for Briggs Knutson. Make that Braden Knutson. It'll be into the corner for Dang for 3. Pulls up and hits it, making a 15-6 ball game. A 9-point lead. First 3 knocked down by Dang. Second of the ball game for Brandon Valley. Trap on the right at midcourt. This will be a push. Nearly a turnover, but a push is called against Braden Knutson, his second.
Boy, Caden go ahead.
I was going to say, that's a big bailout for the Governors right there.
Absolutely. Caden Ahart's got trapped in the corner between 2 Brandon Valley defenders, and to that point, I mean, maybe a little bit of a bump there by one of them, but you're right, he was in big-time trouble if the ref doesn't call that foul there.
Jaron Deal works on the left side for Caden Ahart. Back out top for Deal. Man-to-man defense for Brandon Valley. With 7:08 left to go in the first half. Corday Austin pulls up for 3, misses into the rebounds grabbed by Twilliger. Twilliger powers his way in, kicks it over for Dilgis. Now baseline fadeaway jumper from Austin is no good, and the rebound's grabbed by Brandon Valley. McInerney will take it, and he'll move it up the floor himself. Christian over to the right side for Briggs Knutson. Back to the top here for Christian. Right side be taken for McInerney. Christian works it over for Briggs Knutson again. Bounce pass for Dang. His baseline jumper. That's a tough angle, and he knocks it down. Ayul Dang has had himself a pretty good start to this night. He's got 11 already here in the ball game. 11 to the 17, and it's 17-6 lead for Brandon Valley. This is poked away by Dang. He's got a chance for a dunk the other way. He might have traveled, but oh well, it's a big time slam by Ayul Dang, and it's 19-6. Little stutter step on the gather, but that was still a pretty good slam for Ayul Dang.
I was going to say, they're going to give him an NBA gather there.
This will be the jump ball, and it'll stay with the Governors.
Yeah, they're going to get a jump ball between Knutson and Briggs Knutson, and Jaron Deal there. Ball will stay with Pierre, to your point. But Ayul Dang, really good athlete, and he showed you not only is he a great athlete, good basketball player. He's knocked down a couple threes so far, or 1 3 so far in this ball game, but he's really got nice touch with 12 feet and in also, and then he's got some athleticism, as we saw in that dunk there as well.
Governors down by 13 with the ball. Cooper Twilliger, spin move inside, underneath, and a good pass to Corday Austin. The help was coming for the defensive side for Brandon Valley, and Twilliger is able to find an open Corday Austin right underneath the basket. An easy bucket for Corday Austin to get his first points of the night. 19-8, Governors are down by 11. 5:35 left to go here in the first half. This pass in the corner, McInerney will drive baseline. He'll kick it to the right elbow. Quick touch pass for Austin down. Shot rejected, and the rebound's grabbed by Austin. Good job by Cooper Twilliger getting that block. Caden Aharts will throw to the baseline, and a foul called on the catch. Twilliger will be fouled. That'll be, I believe, against Briggs Knudsen, who was defending him.
Nope, they're going to get down.
Down. And that'll be his second. So Braden Knudsen, Tristan Delaney, and Austin Dowd, each with 2 fouls. With 5:19 to go here in the first half. All 3 of those guys are in danger of being in foul trouble by the time the second half starts. They pick up another foul. They're kind of in foul trouble right now. Here's Corday Austin for 3. That one's going to knock through for Corday Austin to make it 19-11. He went 4 for 4 from beyond the arc, as Coach Akers said in the pregame interview. If he can be that efficient, Governors are going to like the results more times than not. His first 3 of the ball game. McInerney drives baseline. 4:50 left to go here in the first half. 18-point lead for Brandon Valley. Into the corner for Dang. Good pump fake, drives in, slipping and falling, but he throws it to Dowd for a 3. Make that McInerney for a 3. It's missed, and the ball is popped off of somebody. Referees will say it's off of Pierre, and it'll go to Brandon Valley. I say somebody because both referees' arms lifted up, and then they both looked at each other to see who was going to get the ball. And it will stay with Brandon Valley, fresh 35, but a corner baseline inbound.
Yeah, I think Dang had an opportunity where he may have gotten away with the travel because he slipped as he was trying to jump stop, but no call by the officials. He's able to pass it out to McInerney, who had an open 3, just missed it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lynx here on the near basket.
Inbound pass will be lobbed out to the near midcourt as they'll work it around to the left side. That pass for Delaney underneath, quicks it out for a Dang, who's open for a 3, missed the 3. Near over the back, or a push to the back by Caden Aharts. Ball will be controlled by Jared Deal. That one will be a charge called against Deal, who tried to get that contact to get to the free throw line, but Deal will get called for the charge. His second foul, and it's also the second time that he's got called for a charge. And it will be a turnover for the Governors, just their 3rd of the ball game. Both teams are pretty clean so far, 3 turnovers each at the midway point of this second quarter.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because the Govs had numbers on that breakaway opportunity, and Deal, good job of defending by Brandon Valley, able to just kind of set up and draw the charge from Deal.
McInerney will stop, he'll turn, he'll kick it back out. Briggs Knudsen for 3 is missed. Rebounds tipped, Dang right on it, missed the shot though on the putback as he was falling away from the basket. Up ahead for Austin, who will be fouled, and he will step to the free throw line. He might have been looking for a dunk, and he got pushed off track just a moment. Thankfully he gets up okay because it looked like he tripped over maybe his own feet, but easily could have turned an ankle with it. And that's the second foul now committed by Lincoln McInerney. Corday Austin will be the free throw line for the first time here tonight. And the Governors down by 8, 19-11. And the first free throw will rattle in and out for Austin. Sincere Wilson will check in for Jared Deal. Braden Knudsen is in for McInerney. We got 4 guys. Only 4 guys have picked up fouls for Brandon Valley, but all 4 of them have 2 fouls each. Timeout to be taken by Coach Nelson. It's a full timeout, so we'll take one with him. Back in 30 seconds as the Governors trail 19-11 with 3:49 to go in the first half. Back in 30 on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back, you are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, which gives you the opportunity to also say listen to KCCR. check out our website, kccrradio.com. Make sure you listen tomorrow morning. We'll have school closures, delayed starts, all of that with all the cold weather. And a reminder that if a school is out for the day, they cannot have competitions that night. However, because we're also going into Friday, that does not eliminate a Saturday game. Stanley County being the most one that I'm referring to right now. They're going to be out of school tomorrow. That does cancel their game or postpone their game against Gettysburg. They won't be coming here for the Pierre invite for wrestling, but they have their Hall of Fame night on Saturday against Giant Eagle Butte. Those games can still happen. Just and not because they're out of school Friday. That doesn't eliminate the Saturday game. So, but we'll have updates as they are available tomorrow morning, as Austin will hit the seconds in the back end of the two shots to make it a 19-12 ball game. As we're coming out of the timeout, so the Governors trail it by 7. This ball nearly taken away from Austin, nearly a travel from Braden Knutson. Now to the top of the key for Briggs Knutson. Dang back to Knutson. Briggs, that is, at the top of the key. Right side for Delaney. Lob pass for Dang at the top of the key. He'll look inside, looking to try and get a screen from Dylan Williams, and then his pass will miss, trying to go underneath, and it'll be a turnover for the Lynx, their first one of the second quarter, and fourth of the ball game. 3:20 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, good job of defense. Really looks like the Lynx have really struggled when Pierre has been able to get back into that set zone. They've really struggled to kind of manipulate that, and good job of defending there by the collective Pierre unit on that possession.
It is Dilgis at the free throw line, and the pass from Terwilliger missed the shot. Near foul by Terwilliger, fighting for that rebound, but it will go ahead for Brandon Valley on the defensive rebound with under 3 to go here in the first half. It is Briggs Knutson for Braden Knutson, right back to his twin brother. And the Twins are passing it back and forth. It turned into an alley-oop pass that was just missed. And then Ayul Dang will end up with the bucket anyway. Dang had no opportunity to try and dunk it, but the Governors left him open even after he caught the ball. So an easy bucket for Dang, who's got now 9 in the quarter and 15 in the ball game. Austin catches in the corner for 3. That one's offline. Rebound on the weak side, though, for Dilgis. He'll drive all the way back to the bucket, and Dilgis will finish at the rim. Lincoln Dilgis now with 6 points. Governors back down by 7 with 2:10 to go here in the first half. Braden Knutson on the right side. Again, the Governors have really like this 2-3 zone. Dang will step to the free throw line. His jumper will fall through. And boy, there's just no answer for Ayul Dang, who has been really, really good in this first half. His pass, that'll be a foul committed. Yeah, Dylan Williams had hooked Terwilliger and pulled them back. And the referee saw it after the ball went away from Terwilliger. So Dylan Williams will pick up the foul, and it'll be the 4th team foul for Brandon Valley with 1:54 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, hard to compete against Cooper Terwilliger down low, especially for Dylan Williams, you know, just trying to get every advantage that he can. Unfortunately, didn't get away with a hook there. Ref saw it, to your point, John, after Terwilliger wasn't able to catch the ball, but they're actually going to get Aharts for dribbling the ball on the baseline. So a turnover there, as a nice job by the Brandon Valley defense to force Aharts to get too close to the end line and dribble the ball actually against it. So turnover for the Govs.
4th turnover of the ball game now for the Governors. 1:35 left to go here in the first half. On the left side, it is Braden Knutson. The 9-point lead here for Brandon Valley, 23-14. Top of the key, working it left side. That pass deflected by Aharts out of play. 12 on the shot clock and 1:23 remaining here in the first half. Sideline inbound, lob pass underneath. McInerney nearly went out of bounds. Pass was tipped by Dilgis, and it does go out of play, and it'll stay with Brandon Valley. 7 on the shot clock. Another sideline inbound, almost the exact same spot on the other side of the floor, on the near side, right at the edge of the Pierre bench. It will be Briggs Knutson to inbound it. He will throw it for Ayul Dang. Dang will drive in with the left hand. That's a floater and a good touch by Ayul Dang, who has just been unstoppable in this first half. 25-14. 1 minute to go here in this first half. Aharts for Dilgis at the corner. He'll drive, kicks it over for Sincere Wilson, who almost overthrew him, and he's able to sky to bring it in. Ahart's in the left wing. That pass for Terwilliger. He is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Dang will get called for the foul. That's just his first. And it will be 52.5 remaining here in the first half. And Terwilliger will step to the free throw line for the first time tonight, looking for his first points of the night.
Yeah, an opportunity for Cooper to get to the free throw line, to your point, John. But how impressive has Ayul Deng been in this first half as Terwilliger misses the front end of the 2 free throws. He'll have another one on the way. 19 points so far in this first half for Ayul Deng. He has been an absolute force, and he's gotten it from all 3 levels. You know, under the basket, whether it's dunks as Terwilliger sinks second free throw, or a turnover here. I'll let you call the game, do your job here.
Caden Hartz will throw in the corner for Corday Austin. Terwilliger, he will be fouled again trying to get the pass underneath. That will be a foul against Ryan Jaharis, and that'll be his first. So Brandon Valley's kind of gone farther into their bench because of guys with 2 fouls. And then now, and again, we haven't seen Jaharis at all until now, and he picks up a foul pretty quickly, and Terwilliger make that first free throw to make it 25-16. And Blake, you mentioned too, 19 points in the half, 13 in this quarter for Ayul Deng. That's a pretty good quarter. That's a pretty good game to make, just get 13 points. But he's got 13 in the quarter alone. And he's got the ball right now after Terwilliger goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Makes it a 9-point game with 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. On the left side, it's going to be Breaks Knudsen for 3, rolls in and out. Ahart skies for the rebound. Shot clock is turned off with 20 seconds to go. Ahart will drive, kicks it for Wilson in the corner. Back out top for Dilgis with 15 to go. Governors can hold for that final shot. Try and cut this to a 2-possession ball game potentially. Austin with 10 seconds. Now Ahartz again. Picks up his dribble, throws it for Dilgis. Long shot by Dilgis off the backboard. Rebound though comes to Austin. His shot is good, and that will take us to the end of the first half. And the Governors will find 2 points on not maybe the best shot selection, but a great offensive rebound by Corday Austin. And the Governors will take a 25-18 deficit to the break. And we will come back in 3 minutes with our halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hello friends, this is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back, it is a 25-18 lead at the break for Brandon Valley over the Pierre Governors. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as they were doing the Chuck-a-Duck during halftime, with the several making it in the kiddie pool. I don't know if that's actually really a kiddie pool, but they got it in the little pool area. But first half stats, more importantly, your first half stats, it has been the Ayul Deng show, who has 19 points, 13 in the second quarter. He's got 19 of the 25, which means Braden Knutson and Austin Dowd have 3 each, and that's all the scoring for Brandon Valley, who has not got to the free throw line in that first half. It has been 19 points for Ayul Deng, who Ayul Deng's got 19, the Governors have 18, but a 25-18 lead at the break for Brandon Valley. For the Governors side of things, they're 5 of 8 from the free throw line. They had 8 points from Corday Austin, 6 from Lincoln Dilgis, 2 from Cooper Twilger, and 2 from Jaron Deal, as the Governors have 4 turnovers. Brandon Valley has 5, so the Governors have been able to hang on the ball a little bit better than they have in the last couple of games. Obviously, they won the turnover battle against Douglas on Tuesday, but right now leading in the turnover battle, but still down by 7 in this first half. Blake, your thoughts kind of here in the first half, and obviously, the old saying is that you're not stopping Ayul Deng, you just hope that you can contain him. How can you contain this guy in this second half?
I think the biggest thing the Govs got to do is just mark him a little bit better. You know, they lost him on a couple of occasions when he was able to go up for, one of them was almost an alley-oop slam, so he had the potential. He actually missed that dunk, so he actually has the potential to have over 20 points in the first half. But they've lost him at times in the zone because they're kind of running him at the basket, and they've got kind of a flowing motion offense, does Brandon Valley. So, Pierre's not really necessarily guarding a man, they're more guarding a zone. I think maybe what you'll see after halftime, maybe an adjustment that Coach Akers is going to make, is maybe face guarding Ayul Deng, maybe a box and one type of a zone instead of this 2-3 that we've seen more frequently, because he has just picked the Governors apart from all 3 levels, whether it's layups and or dunk opportunities that we saw in the fast break. He had the touch from, the mid-range. He had a couple of jump shots from approximately 12 feet from both elbows, and then on this right side of the inside the arc, and then he's been able to knock down a 3 also. So Ayul Deng doing everything right for Brandon Valley. And to your point, John, only 3 Lynx have scored. Dowd has 3 points. Braden Knutson has 3 points. Deng's got the other 19 points, and the Lynx have 25 at the end of the first half. Govs really have to make sure that he's the focal point of the defense going forward into the second half.
And you're right too, and the thing is, if you can find a way to stop him, you can have yourself a winning basketball game, because if everybody else is going to score 6 points in the first half and they score 6 points in the second half, and if you can hold him down to maybe 10, the Governors have a good chance of winning. The problem is just trying to get him to stop, and I did like your point of maybe trying to box and one, that it's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's unorthodox to do, but because you don't necessarily see it very often, but this might be a time to kind of dictate an opportunity to maybe see a box and one for this Governor team, who has played well in zones over the last couple games.
Yeah. That box and one where you set up 2 guys on top, and basically they already kind of run a 2-3 where you just have 2 guys at the top. 2 guys would probably be on the blocks on both sides, kind of guarding both the paint and the corners, and then you just have a guy face guarding Ayul Deng wherever he goes on the court. But there's other threats offensively that this Brandon Valley team can have. Lincoln McInerney can really hit threes when he gets going. We haven't seen that yet. He's had a couple of opportunities. He's missed some shots early, whereas Ayul Deng is basically throwing up everything that he has thrown up has gone through the bucket. So, you know, maybe you start out in that kind of a defense, but it'll be interesting to see what the Govs come out with in the second half. Definitely have to make sure that you know where number 5 is for Brandon Valley at all times.
The Pierre Governors are down 25-18 here at the end of the first half. By the way, the girls trailing near 30 points near the end of the first half in their game with that undefeated Brandon Valley team hosting the Governors tonight out in Brandon. Then the basketball will pick back up again on Tuesday after this weekend with the girls in Aberdeen at Aberdeen Central. The boys will be here. We'll have the girls game on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports coming up on Tuesday of next week. Well, let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with the start of the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Brandon Valley has a 25-18 lead. Back in 2 minutes on KCCR.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota. Allied Plumbing and Heating knows how exhausting it is to do a funky dance when you're in the shower. First, it's the hokey pokey to get your body wet. Then it's the headbanger's ball when you're trying to get the shampoo out of your hair. Finally, the YMCA to get the soap off the rest of your body. You need to replace those bathroom fixtures. Trust your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating to make showering a relaxing experience and not a dance class. 494-2001.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
We welcome you back as we start the third quarter. Pierre Governors trailing 25-18. Brandon Valley will get the ball to start this third quarter. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean on this Thursday night. Jen Brazilius back in the studios. As the band is... Blake, I got to say that I have really... I mean, the band is loud up here, which is what you expect from you. Too many heads to count on how big the band is, but they've played some excellent music over the course of this basketball season so far.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, Stone Cold
they
Steve
really,
Austin.
they really have. That's a good point. No, they really have. They brought a lot of energy to the gym here tonight. Really, all season. To your point, the band has been excellent all season long.
Brandon Valley will lose the ball. This will be a tie-up. It'll be a change of possession on the possession arrow. A 6 turnover by Brandon Valley. 25-18 with 7:48 to go here in the third quarter.
Good start there for the Governor defenses. They're able to tie up Braden Knutson and force a turnover. They did not decide to employ a box and one, at least on that first defensive possession against Ayul Deng.
Cooper Twilliger into the corner. Corday Austin for a 3. That's off the back rim, but the rebound's grabbed by Jaron Deal. His putback shot will miss. Austin fighting for the rebound. He'll come away with it. Pump fake, and then he is fouled in the shot that was blocked. More body contact that will cause the foul than the blocked shot, and it will end up being a foul against Austin Down, who will have his third, and Corday Austin will step to the free throw line. He is 1 for 2 so far, 8 points for him, 30-point night on Tuesday. I mentioned with Coach Larry Aker, you'd love to see a 30-point night out of Corday Austin every single time out on the floor. But realistically, even the best in the game of basketball in the NBA, the greatest of all times, don't score 30 points a night usually. But if he can get going every single night, this Governor team is very much a better team with him scoring than with him without scoring. As that second free throw is missed, he goes 1 for 2, 6-point ball game. Brandon Valley on the rebound, left side for McInerney, top of the key for Briggs Knutson. 2-3 zone here for the Governors. Ayul Deng trying to look inside that zone. Here's a three that's away and buried by Brayden Knutson. He's now got 6, and the lead's right back up to 9. As Caden Aharts will take a timeout as he couldn't find anybody to pass the ball to. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. 6:57 left to go here in the third quarter. And Blake, obviously, you know, the emphasis is going to be trying to stop Ayul Deng. And you know that Brandon Valley is aware of that, too. And probably Coach Nelson challenging his other 4 guys on the floor with Deng to make some shots and to really force Pierre to defend everybody and not just one guy.
Absolutely. It's going to take more than just an offensive outburst by one guy to beat you, and Coach Nelson knows that. I mean, he's got enough athletes and enough good basketball players to compensate for, you know, one guy going off and getting some other guys involved. This is a team that was, you know, a possession away really from a state championship last year, riding the back of Landon Delaney, who's now playing football at South Dakota State. But this is a team that has the experience, and they're really not going to get rattled by things like that.
Dilgis on the inbound pass went all the way down the floor to Dilgis, but he missed the shot, left it short off the bottom of the rim. The rebound's grabbed by Brandon Valley. They can take a double-digit lead on this possession. On the left side, it is going to be McInerney. Into the corner for Briggs Knutson. Deng on the baseline, one power dribble, pull-up jumper, missed the shot. It was short. Rebounds grabbed by Corday Austin after it was tipped by teammate Caden Aharts. The Governors get that empty possession, and then a foul committed by Ayul Deng. And he might have gotten a knee-on-knee collision with Jared Deal, so he's trying to walk that off quickly. But Ayul Deng will pick up his second foul. You have Austin Dow with 3 fouls, then Brayden Knutson, Tristan Delaney, Ayul Deng, and Lincoln McInerney all have 2 fouls apiece. So while those guys aren't in foul trouble, they're 1 foul away from putting them into foul trouble. As this will be Jaron Deal, the top of the key, left side for Corday Austin. He'll throw it for Dilgis, and Dilgis will turn. He'll take 1 dribble back. Now for Twilliger underneath, trying to fight his way through. Twilliger's shot will roll around, miss the shot. Rebound grabbed by Dilgis, and then he is fouled and will go for 2. As he grabbed the rebound, went back with the shot, and the foul was committed. Still looking to try and fight for the rebound was McInerney, but he ends up fouling Dilgis, and that's his 3rd foul. And Lincoln Dilgis to the free throw line for 2, as he's got 6 points tonight.
Yeah, good opportunity there, and a good job of fighting on the rebound by both Terwilliger and Dilgis, as Dilgis misses the first free throw. And that's an area that the Govs have to clean up tonight, John, if they want to make a dent in this ball game. Is free throw shooting so far, they're under 50% from the line tonight. And if Dilgis makes this free throw, which he won't, though, they will have had a chance to make it back to 50%, but he goes 0 for 2 from the stripe during that trip.
As this will be for Briggs Knutson. Governor's looking for a press, and that will force a turnover. And it will be overthrown to Austin Dowd. And it will be a turnover by the Brandon Valley Lynx with 5:46 to go. Governors are trying to hang in there, down by 9 right now. 5:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Caden Aharts walks it into the front court here for the Governors. As Aharts will turn, he'll throw it for Dilgis. That will be a foul committed by Brandon Valley. And you're probably looking, and if you've been really paying attention to this game, you're seeing as McInerney is going to pick up his 4th foul. Sorry, the 4th team foul for Brandon Valley as well. And it will be Kalen Christian that will check in. But you're probably looking and saying, boy, Brandon Valley's fouled a lot more than the Governors have. But Pierre's playing a 2-3 zone, which tends to not, when you're in a zone, you tend to not foul very much, especially if guys are getting open looks. And everything's been contested for the Governors, just that they're picking up a lot more fouls. There's a missed shot by Terwilliger. as Brandon Valley hasn't been to the free throw line yet, where the Governors have shot 12 free throws at this point. As this will be on the left side, into the corner for Christian, back out for Braden Knutson. Now into the corner for Briggs Knutson. He'll work it back out to the wing on the baseline. That pass will come back out for Briggs Knutson again. Back for Delaney, who will drive baseline. Got an open look, missed the shot. Rebound will be won by Aharts, but he lost the ball, and then it will go off of his foot, and it will stay with Brandon Valley. Almost had it back, but he ended up kicking it out of bounds with 4:48 to go, and it will stay with Brandon Valley on a fresh 35.
Yeah, just didn't secure the rebound, did Aharts on that particular possession. And, you know, there's been a couple of times where he's tipped some rebounds around, but, you know, a lot of one-handed efforts from Aharts, and that time, good job by Brandon Valley to knock it free and give themselves an opportunity for an extended possession.
Delaney back out for Braden Knutson. Now for Briggs Knutson for a three. That one's missed. Rebounds tipped around several different times. Austin Dowd will come away with it. Now for Braden Knutson. That pump fake, and then he threw it right off the shoe of Corday Austin. Kick is the call, so we'll stay with Brandon Valley. That was it would have gone back to Brandon Valley anyway, but that was almost not a kick because the pass was just thrown off the feet of Corday Austin. Austin, I don't think, did any kind of motion or even step towards kicking it. Ayul Deng, who was out of the ball game, he is set to check back in next whistle. On the left side, Briggs Knutson, long three for Braden Knutson. That one's missed, and the rebound will go out of bounds. It will go back to the Pierre Governors with 4:14 remaining, and back into the ball game is Ayul Deng.
And I think, John, for Pierre to get an opportunity to get back in this basketball game, and maybe just something for them to keep in mind going forward, you know, almost treat Corday Austin as mishandle on the inbounds play, but Pierre's able to get it up the floor. They need to get the ball in the hands of Corday Austin almost every possession that they have, because he is such a weapon offensively.
Dilgis kicks it in the corner for Austin on cue. There's a three. Corday Austin now has 12 points. The Governors cut the lead to 6. 28-22 with 3:45 left to go in the third quarter. It's a great call there, Blake. Right on cue.
I mean, get him as many opportunities to shoot the ball as you can, because I think the Govs are a better team when he has a multiple shot opportunities, as Deal's going to pick up a foul here as Briggs Knutson falls to the floor.
That's the third foul on Jared Deal. Only the first team foul of the third quarter, but it is the third one on Deal. Governors have gone to just Sincere Wilson on the bench. He's the only guy to come off the bench so far. They've not gone more than 6 deep. No other guy has gotten in the ball game. As Ayul Deng will drive in, ball is not nearly stripped away from him. Came back to him. Free throw line jumper will be knocked down by Tristan Delaney. His first points of the night, and it's 30-22, an 8-point lead again for Brandon Valley. It wasn't the first points of the second half, but only the 5th point of this quarter. 30-22, Governors down by 8. Aharts on the screen from Terwilliger. He'll drive all the way in, and Cade Aharts has his first points of the night, making it a 30-24 ball game. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Governor faithful trying to rally their team. It is Braden Knutson. That pass is intercepted by Lincoln Dilgis. Up the floor, ball stripped away from him. It will not be a foul. It will end up being out of bounds off of Brandon Valley. Sincere Wilson will check in. Lincoln Dilgis was really looking for that foul.
He was really looking for it, but good job of defense there by Briggs Knutson, I believe, to strip it away. Ball stays with Pierre, though.
30 on the shot clock. Dilgis to the top of the key. Hard pass for Terwilliger in the left elbow. He'll try and spin to his left. He is cut off by Dow. Tough shot, and a foul called against Austin Dowd, which will be his 4th foul. And that's 2 guys now of the starters that are going to be in foul trouble with 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. 4 fouls for Dowd, 4 for McInerney. First free throw is good for Cooper Terwilliger. All 3 of his points have come from the free throw line. It's 30-25. So Dowd will come out of the ball game. You know that McInerney's already on the bench. So 2 starters on the bench for the remainder of this third quarter. Second one is good for Terwilliger, and the Governors have cut the deficit to 4. Ayul Deng, who has been held scoreless in this third quarter, which has given the Governors some life. 2:35 to go. Baseline jumper will be knocked down by Tristan Delaney. He's got the last 4 for Brandon Valley. And the lead's right back up to 6, 32-26. Sincere Wilson on the catch of the inbound. Back to Caden Aharts. A race down across midcourt. Aharts behind the back dribble for Dillinger's shot is good and a foul. 32-28. Governors are down by 4. Diligence to the free throw line. He now has 8. And the foul committed by Dylan Williams is second. Governors are shooting free throws the rest of this third quarter. 2:16 left to go. Big three-point play opportunity to cut the deficit to 1 possession if Diligence makes the free throw. Off the back iron, and it will not fall through. So it remains a 4-point ball game with 2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Into the front court, it is Briggs Knudsen. Governors are looking for more of a trap. Ayul Deng, that will be a foul committed by Terwilliger. Deng looking to go for a free throws, but he was clearly passing the ball. He's trying to talk the refs into giving him some free throws. But Terwilliger picks up his first foul and just the second team foul with 2:02 to go here in the quarter.
Yeah, he probably should have gone up for the shot.
In the corner for a 3 on the inbound, that's missed. The rebound will be fought for, won by Tristan Delaney. Governors will have to get back into their defensive positioning as that 2-3 zone turned into a 3-2 zone for a moment. But Diligence will sack back down low. There's a 3 away from Briggs Knudsen. Missed the shot. Rebounds grabbed by Corday Austin. And the Governors now can cut it to a possession with the main bucket. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Underneath for Terwilliger. And there'll be a charge against Terwilliger. And the faithful here in Pierre are very upset, thinking that maybe Williams had flopped on that one. But Terwilliger will get called for the charge. First turnover of the third quarter by the Governors. A big defensive stop for Brandon Valley.
Regardless of if it was a charge or not, great job by Dylan Williams positioning himself into good position there to get the call.
This will be for Tristan Delaney. Lob pass is intercepted by Corday Austin. Austin will go 1-on-2 in. Shot, he's fouled. There's no good on the shot, or are they going to say it's before the shot? Well, Austin's shooting free throws no matter what anyway. It will be on Tristan Delaney, his third. Corday Austin will step to the line for 2. Doesn't matter. Looked like the referee was pointing that it was going to be on the floor, but it was already the 5th team foul. First free throw here for Austin. That'll be too strong. He's now 3 for, or make that 2 for 5 on the ball game for the free throw line. He's got 12 points, leading the Governors right now. Again, just one made free throw makes this a 1-possession ball game as we start to get late in this third quarter. Free throw from Austin is good. 32-29, Governors are down by 3. 1:10 to go here in the third quarter.
This full court pressure employed by the Governors on these inbounds has really caused fits for Brandon Valley.
But a made 3 from Braden Knudsen, his second of the quarter, quickly puts it back to a 6-point ball game. That'll be a foul. The inbound, Corday Austin is fouled, as it's going to be Braden Knudsen to pick up his third foul. And so Austin will step to the free throw line for 2. And Corday Austin, they're about to inbound the ball with 56 seconds to go. But Corday Austin to the free throw line. Governors are down by 6. And again, you're not expecting teams to go 100% from the free throw line, but Pierre in this ball game flirting with under 50% from the line. You make that a 75% from the line. It's a lot different of a score right now. Austin makes the first one to make go 35-30. But Pierre in this quarter was at 5 for 10 overall, so they are 50%. But at 7 for 10, it's still a 3-point game already. Austin does go 2 for 2 to make it a 35-31 ball game. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Things got real interesting pretty quick here in this ball game. Into the front court, Ayul Deng, who again has been held scoreless in this third. He will try and drive on Austin all the way to the bucket, floats it in. He knew he couldn't hold him down for the entire quarter, but the Governors did a good job in this quarter, containing it for the most part. Pretty much no difference between shot clock and game clock. They can hold for the final shot, can the Governors. down by 6, 37-31. Sincere Wilson, top of the key for Cade Nehars, back out at the near midcourt. In the circle at half court. Nehars, a couple jab steps. Now it's going to be for Austin. Lob pass for Terwilliger, and he is fouled on the catch underneath. And it will be Dylan Williams that will pick up his third. And Terwilliger to the free throw line. Trying to keep this near a one-possession ball game. It's no matter, unless you get an offensive rebound somewhere. But Terwilliger missing the first one. It's going to stay a two-possession ball game with being a 6-point lead right now with 9.5 to go. Second free throw upcoming here for Terwilliger. 9.5 remaining in the third. That one rolls in and out. The rebound is going to be grabbed by Brandon Valley. Up ahead they go. Pass for Ayul Deng for a three. Missed the shot. Rebound by Austin. Can he get that shot away? He does, but it will be well short. And it will take us to the end of the third quarter. 37-31. Brandon Valley leads by 6, heading to the fourth. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Governors down 37-31. American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard as we head to the fourth quarter. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. And right now the Governors 11 of 21 from the free throw line through three quarters. But they've taken 21 more free throws than Brandon Valley. They've made 11 more, but they've taken 21 more free throws than Brandon Valley, who has not stepped to the line at all tonight. And the Governors would really like to see 3 or 4 more free throws in at this point to make it this one-possession game as Brandon Valley will open with the ball in the fourth quarter.
And to that point, John, if the Govs shoot 70% from the free throw line rather than they're hovering around 50% right now, they would be, this would be a 2-point ball game right now.
Ayul Deng, who had 2 in the third quarter, 21 the ball game though. He'll work the screen. McInerney with 4 fouls out for Briggs Knutson. McInerney and Dowd with 4 fouls out on the floor. Deng will somehow split through 3 different defenders and lay it in. And Ayul Deng's got 23 points. And the Governors are down by 8, 39-31 with 7:20 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Pierre actually outscored Brandon in that third quarter, John, 13-12. But, free throws have been the big bugaboo tonight. They would be a lot closer if they were shooting around 70% as Aharts misses that 3, rebound to Deng.
Over on the right side, up the court, into the corner for McInerney. Now it's Briggs Knutson again. I like that you used Bugaboo once again tonight. That pass nearly stolen away by Lincoln Dilgis. A dangerous pass from McInerney. Now a floating of shots, and the leaner, it will fall for Tristan Delaney, who did not have a point in the first half. He's now got 6 here in the second half with the lead. Quickly, he's gone from what was a one-possession ball game to now a 10-point lead for Brandon Valley with 6:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cade Nehars to the corner for Corday Austin. Pulls up for a 3, buries the triple. Corday Austin now with 18. That's a big 3 to hit. Pulls the lead to 7 with 6:25 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, I think you got to treat, if you're Pierre offensively, you've got to force feed Corday Austin. Almost treat him like, give him the Kobe Bryant shot diet, because that's the way that you're going to stay in this ball game as Briggs Knutson knocks down his first 2 points of the night off of the made jump shot from the elbow, and Coach Nelson's going to take a timeout here with 6:11 to go.
Looking to see, it will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. And Blake, we'll stay with that point, like you mentioned, get a force feed him the ball, Corday Austin, and whether he takes the open look, he's at least going to draw the attention of Brandon Valley and leave somebody else open if he's not knocking down those shots.
Yeah, he's such the focal point of this Governor offense. You know, whether he's shooting the ball or not, he's going to draw all of the attention and create probably some opportunities for some other guys to get open looks. So I think you got to get the ball in his hands early and often throughout the rest of this 6-minute stretch of ball game.
6:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Now the timeouts, the main bucket for Brandon Valley. It's making a 43-34 lead, 9-point advantage here for the Govs, or for the Lynx. Again, the Govs led 2-0, but did not lead after that. It was a 12-0 run for Brandon Valley to end up with a 12-6 lead at the end of the first quarter. And so the Govs have been chasing Brandon Valley ever since they had that 2-0 advantage. This will be out of bounds off of Brandon Valley with exactly 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Pierre will stay at home on Tuesday against Aberdeen Central. Governor Girls will stay on the road for a third straight road trip. They get a brutal schedule and then a brutal travel schedule on top of it, the amount of road games they have in a row. This will be the free throw line. Lincoln Dilgis, that shot partially blocked, rebounds tipped around. It's eventually going to be grabbed by Deal. 8 to go on the shot clock. He's open for three, takes it but misses it. Rebound will be grabbed by Austin Dowd. Double team by Terwilliger and Dilgis, able to find it up ahead for Ayul Dang, and he will lay it in. Didn't need to take a dribble. The long legs of Ayul Dang and the athleticism was able to catch that running from the three-point line. Didn't need a dribble and lays it in as he's now got 25 the ball game. And there's a foul going to be against Tristan Delaney, his fourth foul. That's the third different Brandon Valley player with 4 fouls. Tristan Delaney, Austin Dow, Lincoln McInerney all have 4 fouls. You have Brayden Knudsen, who has got 3 fouls, checking in for Delaney. 5:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. It is Corday Austin, catches, pulls up for 3. That one's too strong, and the rebound's grabbed by Brandon Valley and McInerney.
And I don't hate that shot by Corday. I know it was well contested by Deng, but, you know, you got to have something go right for you. Forcing the ball on offense a little bit if you're the Govs this late in the ball game, down by 11. You got to get something to fall in your favor. So not a bad shot there by Corday, even though it was very heavily contested.
The ball will be knocked away by Kate Ahart, so it'll stay with the Lynx with 15 to go on the shot clock. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Inbound pass for McInerney for Briggs Knudsen, who will take the 3. Left it short, rebounds tipped around. Eventually comes to Corday Austin. Austin trying to go one-on-one against Ayul Dang. He'll work into the front court. And Austin will throw here for Jared Deal. Then Kate Ahart will get called for the illegal screen as he was trying to move down the floor. I don't think he was trying to really set a screen. Will end up getting called for the foul. That's the now 6th turnover of the ball game for the Governors. And just 6 turnovers, 4 in the first half, only the third one. So make that the second one here in the fourth quarter. Or in the second half, excuse me, to just have 6 turnovers in the ball game. Ayul Dang on the left side, top of the key. It is Briggs Knudsen, right side for McInerney. Into the corner, Austin Dowd, Briggs Knudsen. That 3 is away and buried by Briggs Knudsen. His first 3 of the ball game, he's now got 5 points. 48-34, a 14-point lead with 4:10 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And that might be a big-time dagger there by Knudsen. Huge three-point shot to push the lead to 14.
Jaron Deal works on the left wing. He'll drive to the baseline, picks up his dribble. Now for Ahart, 15 to go on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Lincoln Dilgis. Ahart's to the baseline. Out for Terwilliger. That's a long 2 for Terwilliger. Missed it. Dilgis will fight for the rebound. The shot is good, and a timeout taken by Coach Anker with 3:43 left to go. And Dilgis now with double figures with 10 points. Full timeout, so we'll take one with Coach Larry Anker. The Governors are down 48-36 with 3:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Back in 30 seconds on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Financial investments are very important.
but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
As we welcome you back, it is a 48-36 ball game with 3:43 left to go here in the fourth quarter. By the way, coming up this weekend, it is going to be cold outside, and this will be one of the few times I can say it. The Expo Center is going to be warmer to be watching hockey than it would be to be outside. It will be a nice warm facility at the Expo Center coming up this weekend. We've got 5 hockey games. The boys will play tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against Huron. The girls and the boys will both play Saturday and Sunday, 10:45 a.m. and 6:15 on Saturday, and then 9:45 a.m. and 3:45 on Sunday for all 5 of those games, which will be on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Can't wait to be warm in the Expo Center compared to being outside. Over on the left side, coming out of the timeout, Brandon Valley McInerney, pump fake the 3. Thought about it after he did the pump fake. Now to the baseline. Briggs Knutson back out from McInerney for 3. And Lincoln McInerney gets his first points of the night as he drains it to make it a 51-36 lead. It's all of a sudden a 15-point advantage here for Brandon Valley with 3:15 to go in the fourth quarter.
And it was only a matter of time before McInerney got off the schneid. You know, he really is a fantastic scorer, is the 6'1" sophomore, and we're going to get a jump ball here between Aharts and Dowd. It's going to stay with Pierre, but McInerney is too good a ball player to keep him down for as long as Pierre has, and open three-point shot, he buried it, and big time lead for Pierre is a little bit of miscommunication between Deal and Austin as that ball's turned over.
Yeah, he's trying to lob it underneath, or lob it in front of the basket, and it was not sought by Corday Austin. Lincoln McInerney the other way will end up with the bucket. A foul will be called against Brandon Valley. That's going to be on Braden Knutson. That'll be the second team foul for Brandon Valley with 2:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jaron Deal for Corday Austin. On the inbound pass, Austin trying to get some separation from Ayul Deng. He'll throw it over for Deal. And then Austin and Deng nearly got tangled up. Diligence with a shot. That is missed. Rebound's tipped around. It's eventually grabbed by McInerney. McInerney here as he throws it back for Braden Knutson. Back to McInerney. And just before the 10 seconds would expire, they were able to get across midcourt. Here's a bounce pass, or a lob pass for Ayul Deng. He's underneath the basket, kicks it. Now working around the perimeter. McInerney will drive in. It'll be a foul called before the shot. Is that going to be on Terwilliger with the hold, or is it on Lincoln Dilgis? So it's going to be on Caden Aharts, his third, with 2:14 left. It's a fresh shot clock here for Brandon Valley with a 17-point lead, 53-36. Ayul Deng, McInerney, the right side. Top of the key here for Briggs Knutson. On the right side again for McInerney. As they're killing some time off the clock, under 2 to go. Baseline bounce pass, there's a foul, and for the first time tonight, we're going to see what Brandon Valley has from the free throw line. Austin Dowd is fouled against Caden Aharts. It'll be his 4th. And Austin Dowd to the free throw line, who's got 3 points. I say that. Austin Dowd did shoot a free throw in the first quarter.
I was going to mention that earlier, but...
So I did have that wrong. So they were a 1-for-1 for the free throw line. So we aren't going to see anybody different for Brandon Valley. We're just going to actually see 2 shots for Brandon Valley, as the first one's missed by Dowd.
And I think on the foul of Dowd, Caden Aharts actually got popped in the nose, so he's coming out of the ball game here over to the Governor bench. Sincere Wilson checking into the ball game. I don't know if we'll see Aharts the rest of the ball game. He might just stuff tissue or some cotton up his nose and maybe come back in here, but Dowd will sink the second free throw, and that'll push the lead to 18 as he sinks that one. And maybe was thinking maybe we would get to see some subs coming in for both teams, but both teams going to keep their main guys out there so far.
I think they're about to start to empty the bench here, as 5 new guys will take off the warm-ups for the Governors. Twilliger underneath the basket with a good pump fake. And Cooper Twilliger's got his first bucket of the night. It'll be a timeout taken by Coach Aker to empty the bench as they'll send in the guys at Jaden Brandt, as well as also we'll see Tayson Steele. They're in Forrester. Make that, sorry, not Forrester in the ball game. We'll see LaFrondre Clark, as well as also Jagger Gardner. And Brandon Valley also emptying their bench as well. That will be a bucket. Jaharis will get the bucket to make it a 56-38 ball game with 1:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Clark will drive with it for the Governors. That bounce pass tipped around. It'll be saved by Brandon Valley right over to Steele. Make that Gardner, but he lost the ball and eventually go to bounds. It'll stay with the Governors with 1:06 left to go. And Blake, the unfortunate thing for the Governors is this final score is not going to indicate that this Governor team had an opportunity to win this ball game. If you look at the box score, you'll be able to see that a little bit more than just the final score, as this will be a turnover as it went off the hands of Jaden Brandt. Up ahead, that'll be a turnover by Brandon Valley. It'll go right back to the Governors. But the biggest thing is that Pierre was in the ball game because they didn't turn the ball over very much. They didn't get the shots to fall like they were hoping they would. The free throws, I don't want to say it's an issue because you still shot around 50% from the free throw line. But this team can't let a 18-point loss get to them because they were a lot closer than this final score is going to be.
Absolutely. This, really it came down to the bookend quarters of both halves, because really in the middle of the ball game, Pierre was even with Brandon Valley, as Olivier is going to miss that left-handed jump shot, and Brandon Valley is probably going to just dribble out the rest of the clock here. But, second quarter and third quarter of the ball game, it's even Steven 25 apiece. Really, where the game was won and lost, Brandon Valley beat Pierre 12-6 in the first quarter, and they're going to end up beating Pierre, by a substantial margin in the fourth quarter. So that's really what won Brandon Valley this ball game. But to your point, half the ball game, both of these teams were pretty evenly matched.
It is a 56-38 win for Brandon Valley over the Pierre Governors. We'll step aside for 3 minutes and come back with a post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
James Valley Landscape and Solutions, creating breathtaking spaces. All because of them, with 40 years of experience and the best landscaping team in the business, hire them to create spaces unimaginable. For a career with great benefits and a rewarding salary, let them hire you. James Valley Landscape and Solutions.
Have you ever you wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. As we welcome you back into the post-game show, the Pierre Governors will fall in this one 56-38 on American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we go through the totals, and we'll see if we can get a word with Coach Larry Aker. First for the victorious Brandon Valley Lynx, a 16-point second quarter for Ayul Deng. Finished with 25 points in the ball game to lead all scores. The only player in double figures for Brandon Valley. 9 points for Braden Knutson, 6 for Tristan Delaney, then 5 for Briggs Knutson and Lincoln McInerney, 4 for Austin Dowd, and 2 for Ryan Jaharis, as they went 2 for 3 from the free throw line, which that's a asterisk with Austin Dowd going 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He was the only guy that got to the line for the Brandon Valley Lynx. For the Pierre Governors, they had 18 points from Corday Austin with a big third quarter. They finished with 7. He had actually 8 in the second quarter and 7 in the third quarter to finish with 18 in the ball game overall. He had 10 points from Lincoln Dilgis to finish in double figures, 6 for Cooper Twilliger as he made just 1 field goal. He went 4 for 8 for the free throw line. 2 points from Caden Aharts and 2 from Jared Deal. The Governors go 11 of 21 from the free throw line in that ball game. The Governors did win the turnover battle 9-8 with the Lynx turned the ball over 9 times. And Blake, before we finish off with the ball game, we'll kind of go back to it again. Again, this final score is not going to indicate that the Governors played a much better basketball game than what the final score shows. Those middle quarters gave the opportunity for the Governors to try and get a win. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way tonight, didn't hit the shots down the stretch, and didn't hit some free throws in those second and third quarters, but they were right in this ball game until the end of the fourth quarter.
They really were, and you look at the final score, and it's really lopsided one way for the Brandon Valley Lynx, but the middle stanza of this ball game, 50% of the ball game, you're even Steven with a really good Brandon squad. It really comes down to the bookend quarters, first quarter and the fourth quarter. Brandon outscores Pierre 12-6 in the first quarter, and Pierre only had 7 points in that fourth quarter. And so, it's really unfortunate because this is a game that, you look at both teams' record going in, and you think it's a pretty winnable game for Pierre coming in, and really they played like it most of the game. It was close through 3 quarters, and then Brandon Valley really started hitting some shots down the stretch with guys like Briggs Knutson hitting a 3. Lincoln McInerney finally got off the schneid in the fourth quarter. And then you look at guys like, Ayul Deng had a fantastic ball game. He had 13 points in the second quarter, but the second half he only had 6 points. He had 19 in the first half and only 6 in the second half by himself, but it was really the supporting cast for Brandon Valley in that second half. You had Braden Knutson knocking down a couple threes. Briggs Knutson had a 3. Lincoln McInerney had 5 points. Tristan Delaney had 6 points in that second half. He was fantastic off the bench for Brandon Valley. Obviously, he's a sophomore. McInerney's a sophomore. There are a couple of young guys that are going to be really good going forward for this Brandon Valley team, and that's something that Pierre's going to have to contend with going forward, because after this year you lose Corday Austin as a senior, and then it's going to have to be guys like Aharts and Deal and Terwilliger to step up, because not only do you lose Austin, but you lose Dilgis and Sincere Wilson next year too. So it's really a retool for Brandon Valley, because you lose Ayul Deng next year, but they're really going to be able to restock with guys like McInerney and Delaney, whereas Pierre's really going to have to do a lot of searching deep down in the lower levels to find guys that are able to score at the levels like Corday Austin and Ayul Deng.
I think one of the other things, too, for this Governor team is not that they're not working on other aspects of the ball game, but you saw what the Governors can do when they take care of the basketball. Only having 8 turnovers in the ball game and a couple were late. You pretty much had 6 until the game got too far out of hand. So Pierre had really been stressing, Coach Hager really been stressing of taking care of the basketball. And again, not that you're going to go away from that and not going to be, saying still preaching to take care of the basketball, but you're starting to see then, okay, now you can look at another aspect and really hone in on that and saying, okay, we got to make our shots on the free throw line. You're seeing this Governor team, again, you want to be well-rounded by the end of the season. You're seeing things go in the favor of the Governors. Now, obviously, again, wins are going to make things a lot easier for Pierre to feel better about themselves than it is tonight. But being able to not turn the ball over and win the turnover battle, another moral victory for the Governors right now when you look at how things have gone in this game against Brandon Valley.
Yeah, and that's something that Pierre's going to have to continue to grow with is, they did really well in the aspect of keeping control of the basketball, not turning it over as frequently going forward. But on the flip side, if it's not one thing, they got to focus on something else in this game. And to your point, tonight was free throw shooting, and a lot of opportunities for the Govs from the free throw line tonight because Brandon played a lot of man-to-man. That's something that the Govs really take advantage of a lot of the time because they do initiate a lot of contact with guys like Terwilliger and Corday Austin, but didn't shoot it necessarily very well from the free throw line tonight. They were hovering right around 50%. Majority of the game, I think, slightly above 50% after Corday Austin made those free throws in the third quarter to end the third quarter. But to that point, just got to keep stacking up on the positive things going forward, and that's going to be what gives Pierre an advantage going forward.
As we are joined here with Coach Larry Aker, and Coach, again, a couple minutes right after this ball game, your thoughts here in this loss to Brandon Valley.
Well, I thought our effort, and I thought we played well. We just again made a couple mistakes. Dang free throws. I don't know how many we missed, but big difference in the game of. But I thought the kids showed a lot of fight and, just kept battling away, and that, that's all you can ask for them. And, we did miss some easy looks, but, credit Brandon Valley. They're a strong physical team, but I like the way we battled, and I thought we got better tonight. So.
Yeah, I had you for 11 of 21 for the free throw line, only 8 turnovers, and Blake and I were talking about it here that, an 18-point game is not indicating how close this game was throughout this ball game and how close the Pierre Governors were in this ball game.
Yeah, it isn't, and that happens at the end when you're trying to, press a little bit and force some shots up, just kind of try to cut it and then. Gamble a little bit on defense, and you give up some looks. So, no, it's not. And, we took a step in the right direction tonight, and that's what we're asking for. And we know some things we got to fix. And, but, again, I thought we played well at times, and we made a few mistakes here and there. But, again, we got to the free throw line like we wanted to. It just... Yeah, what'd you say? We missed 11?
11 of 21 for the line,
and a lot of those misses came when it was like a 6-point ball game. And you get a couple of them, you get it, get it within 2 or get it tied up, and, they start clamming up on the other side a little bit, and you don't know how it's going to go. But we definitely got to start making those.
You're listening to KCCR Pierre, Riverfront Broadcasting Station, as we're talking with Larry Aker with the Brandon Valley Lynx winning 56-38 over the Governors. Ayul Deng had 25 points in the ball game. He had 13 in the second quarter, but had just 6 in the second half. Was that a point of emphasis to try and stop him in the second half? Was it just better defense overall? What helped being able to limit him in that second half that got you guys within 6 and at one point within one possession?
Yeah, at halftime we said you got to
know where he's at, and you can't give him an easy look at the hoop like we were doing, which is disappointing that we gave him that many easy looks at the rim. But then, he made a lot of tough shots too, and he made some, contested threes. He's good. I thought we did, on 22. Any game I've watched, he's been, lights out, and I thought we did a really good job on him of not giving him any open looks. He had, I think 3 points, and they didn't come till about 3 minutes to go in the game. So, we did a great job on him, and just, some things defensively, I thought for the most part we played pretty good defensively, but there's, just still a couple things in our zone that we need to work on.
One guy, Lincoln Dill, just had 10 points for you here tonight, and felt like he was really involved in both offensive and defensively here in the ball game. Might have been one of his best games to this point in this season.
Yeah, he's ready to battle, and he's a senior, and he knows what it takes, and he doesn't want to go down without a fight, and so you're going to keep seeing that, from him, and there's just a couple things that, we just need to take advantage of, especially at his height. And, I thought we did a better job of getting a post touch with either him or Cooper. Now we just need to get our guards to get better action off it. And then, Coop will find them if it's not there and kick it back out. And then if the open shot's not there, we got to look right back at him and let him go back to work.
You get Aberdeen Central at home again on Tuesday. You get the weekend to practice and being able to maybe rest a little bit after a couple of home games. But what do you expect about Aberdeen Central coming into town here next week, Tuesday?
Well, they've been struggling, but again, it's one of those ESD games that they're going to come and battle, and nothing is easy, nothing's given to you. So we got to be ready for a dogfight again on Tuesday, and step up and match their intensity and their effort, and we just got to be sound defensively and sound offensively.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and looking forward to talking to you again. Well, I'll be up in Aberdeen on Tuesday, but we're looking forward to talking to you again the next game that we cover.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
That is head coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors as they fall 56-38 here tonight on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard, as we'll bring Blake Dean back in here to wrap things up. Your final thoughts here on the Governors' loss to Brandon Valley.
Yeah, competitive ball game in the middle stands of the game like we talked about. Even Steven, 25 apiece for both teams. But too much Ayul Deng in the first half. He had 19 points in the first half. Govs did a good job of clamping down in the second half against him, and that's really what kept him in the ball game until guys like McInerney and Delaney started making shots. Great defensive effort, to Coach Aker's point, against Lincoln McInerney tonight by the Governors. He's probably Brandon's number 2 guy offensively, and to hold him to a 5-point effort with all 5 points coming in the fourth quarter was outstanding for Pierre tonight. But, tough break a couple of times. Like we talked about, free throws, obviously, just really, really difficult. If you're not making your free throws against a team like this, they're going to make you pay. But Pierre, another thing maybe to work on as far as, touch around the basket for Pierre also, because there seem to be a few opportunities at the rim that, they're throwing up decently hard shots that are kind of line drives that just kind of clang off the rim at times. And I think that may be another effort to focus on and practice on top of the free throw shooting. But, because really, you look at the middle stands of the ball game and they're right there with a team like Brandon. And Brandon's a team that I think, even though their record may not indicate it right now, has a real opportunity to push for a state title berth, or not a state title berth, a state tournament berth, excuse me. But, if you can hang with a team like that, you can do just about anything if you put your mind to it. And I think this Pierre team does. They're a little bit thin right now. Obviously, got to get healthy, got to get guys like Logan Whitty back in the lineup. But on the flip side, it's got to come from, guys like Cordy Austin getting a lot of opportunities and getting him the basketball, because when the ball's in his hands and coming off of his hands, good things happen more times than not. So, couple of things to work on in practice before you get Aberdeen early next week, But overall, just a solid effort from the Govs tonight. Just fall short in both the opening stands of the ball game. Couldn't get the lid off the basket again to start. That's another thing maybe to focus on. A lot of things to focus on, maybe one at a time going forward. But just a couple of slow starts early here this week. But they were able to overcome it against Douglas on Tuesday. Not able to overcome it against a team like Brandon here this Thursday.
Well, the Governors, again, will be at home on Tuesday against Aberdeen Central, 7 o'clock tip-off. Girls will be on the road to Aberdeen Central. We'll have that game on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as we want to give a quick update on the girls' game, which probably will be final. 84-33 win for Brandon Valley over Pierre tonight in Brandon. The Governors will be on the road, and Brandon Valley girls team is as good as what we saw the boys team. The girls team is, again, no disrespect to the Brandon Valley boys team, but the girls team is very, very good. Still undefeated near the halfway point of the season. But we'll have that girls game coming up next week, Tuesday, with a 7 o'clock tip-off. We've got plenty of hockey coming up here this weekend. 5 games on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Also, if you want to head over to Country 95.3, Wyatt Britchkin's got the call of Stanley County and Sully Buttes up in Oneida with the Chargers hosting the Lady Buffaloes in girls basketball. The boys teams will play on Tuesday. Coming up next week. That'll wrap things up for us here tonight from Riggs High School. I want to say thanks to Jen Brazilius back at the station. For Blake Dean, John Winkler, a 56-38 win for Brandon Valley over Pierre, as we say goodnight from Riggs High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you by Becky Potsuba Agency, AGE, Wheelhouse Auto Body, The American, Fording Electric, Allied Plumbing, Venture Communications, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Envirotech, American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, James Valley Landscaping, Bank West, Kruger Contracting, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, CHS River Plains, Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Shane's Pharmacy, and Owyhee Federal Credit Union. Join us all season for more Pierre basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting.